Alright. Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to do collisions with tags. So first let's start with two game objects. Do two cubes. And we'll make this one a different color material. If you don't know what I'm doing through any of these videos, just go check out my other videos and it'll explain how to do all this stuff. Alright, so the red one's going to be enemy, and we're going to go to tag, and we'll create another tag. Call it enemy. Enemy. Alright, so now the cube, okay, let's rename this so it's not as confusing. Enemy. Might be spelling it wrong. Enemy. Alright, so the red one's the enemy. It has the tag of enemy. And the white cube is going to be the player. So just for good habit, we'll do player tag. And we'll name him player. I don't know why I cannot type tonight. Jesus Christ. Alright, I'm going to add the move script onto the player, and this was discussed in a previous video. So check out that video, please, if you have not, and you all know how to do this stuff. Alright, so now the player should move with the keyboard. Moving pretty good. Alright. So we're going to add a script, and we're going to call it kill the monster. Kill monster. Open up the script. Alright, you want to create a new function, method, whatever you want to call it. Type void OnTriggerEnter. That just means when two things collide and trigger against each other, something's going to happen. So open up parentheses, and we're going to type in, I believe it's collider, and then you can name this next part whatever you want, but I always just do the other game object. So when this game object collides with the other game object, then do whatever in the brackets. So if you do if other, so if the other game object, so if the other game object dot tag, because you created a tag that was called enemy, equals, remember with if statements you have to use two equal signs. Your the tag's a string, so you got to do your quotations. And you got to spell it exactly how you spelled it inside of Unity. And then, like with if statements, you got to have an open and closed bracket. If other.gameObject.tag equals enemy, then do something. Alright, and what we're going to do is we're going to turn off. No, we'll use a new piece of code. Well, I don't want to confuse y'all. I'll just do what we did in the previous video. We'll just do set active. So you make a public game object, and we'll call it monster or whatever, or monster or enemy, it doesn't matter. All this is pretty much an empty slot that you can drag a game object to. I'm going to put it inside of here. Enemy dot set active false. So when the player collides with the enemy, it's going to make the enemy disappear, pretty much. So we want to save that. Now, since we're using trigger, we're going to have to add a trigger to the game object. But first, put your script on the player. And then now you have an open slot for enemy. Drag your enemy game object onto the enemy. Alright. And now we go to the player and we add components, rigid body. Everything that's going to collide with stuff has to have rigid bodies. And we're not using gravity right now, so just turn that off. Chromatic is means it won't move. But for right now, I just turn off the gravity. And okay. And now we add the same thing to the enemy. Add component, rigid body. Use gravity, turn off. One last thing we have to do on the monster or enemy is trigger. Because we are using trigger. So, when the player touches the monster cube, the red one, should disappear because you collided with it. There you go, you killed a monster. Kind of like when Mario jumps on top of Goombas. One more time. That's how you use collisions with tags and OnTriggerEnter and with rigid bodies. Thank you, and please subscribe, and I'll continue to do more content. Thank you.